There we go.
What if I start sneezing?
If you start sneezing, just freaking, well, cover up and socially distance.
I'm gonna sneeze all over your camera.
No, don't do that. Say hi to the world, Jay.
Hey, world.
Now you got it on the right spot here. You like that, Jay? 3 clicks and it goes to me. So we're out here at Veterans Memorial Park. It is Memorial Day, so I thought that would work pretty well. They did a big thing with George Kalala and the Bikers for 45 did a big thing out at Bushnell yesterday. I had an interview with Pete Santelli that I thought went really well. And had to fix some flickering camera issue that I had. Took me about 8 hours till I found the right driver, that I found that it was a driver issue. So this is kind of cool. Figure, what's Memorial Day without a tank? Isn't that right, Jay?
Tank.
Jay didn't think a tank was veteran-ishy enough. Isn't that right, Jay? Jay's like calling out fake news on that. Pretty cool. Kind of goes along with what we were talking about last night with Pete Santilli, which Jay has not watched or listened to, either one.
I want to drive this down 19.
I think somebody did that once, like not too long ago, and it didn't end well for them at all. Right? Smoke grenades. It's no speech.
Aren't you gonna do like a salute to veterans?
This is our salute to veterans. This is our salute to veterans. Yeah, we talked about that last night on Pete's show. How people have like fought and died for our country, and nice job. We didn't do that.
That wasn't us.
How there was some litter back there, but we were talking about how people have fought and died for our country for so many years, and they fought to protect constitutional protections. And I'm like, the Constitution, the first protections in the Constitution are, our freedom of speech and the freedom of press, right?
It's being destroyed right now.
Yeah, but the press are largely the ones destroying our freedom of speech. How do you like them apples? Didn't see that one coming, did you? We talked about that with Judge Janine last night and what she did to me and Sarah Carter and Fox News and how all of these people are directly connected to General Jones. It's sickening because what they're doing to us is the same thing, in my opinion, that Jones hired me to do for him. Who better to notice that or see that than me? Here, Jay, you want to...
The thing that I would like people to understand is that you can actually smell the diesel still coming off of this rig.
Well, they probably didn't drive it here. Do you see how that works? You can look in the back of the camera and see how it's angled, right?
Yeah.
And it does most of the work, Jay.
All right, Pat, so being that it's Memorial Day, you ever been inside one of these bad boys?
All honesty, never been inside of a tank. I was inside of the, what were those, the MRAPs? No, that's a mobile rocket and mortar. No, that's a CRAM, counter-rocket mortar. Yeah, the MRAP, I think, which was the big transport tank that they would take people back and forth from the green zone. Never been in a tank, although we were all born infantry. I was, signal support.
All right, let me ask you, would you drive down 19?
No, probably not. I think we already discussed that, being that someone already did that, like in
I
California.
want to drive it down 19 so bad.
Yeah, it seems to be a thing that people need to do or want to do, but wouldn't advise it at all.
This is Miss Brenda, actually. That's the name of the tank.
Miss Brenda.
Pretty cool. Oh, you guys want to see this crazy guy? I'd rather look at the tank all day, but
Yeah, that's a much better thing to look at. It's cool that they have these, like the VFW has a thing. They take care of a cemetery around here, and American Legion and all those organizations. I don't know what they're going to do. They haven't even put out when they're going to open up again. We got to make sure that we preserve this type of history. That's very important, to preserve the history. We got to keep defending the Constitution, and in the process we got to preserve the history of those that made such great sacrifices for us. We all need to do our part, and now is this summer is going to become a crazy summer. What do you think, Jay?
I definitely think we got a lot of issues coming to America. We all need to come together. We need to look after one in each other, follow mankind. Try to buy American.
Put politics aside.
Lord, even if you don't buy American, buy from Mexico or Canada. We need to boycott China. I'm telling you that straight up. So
yeah. Isn't it funny how and I definitely say that it has to be non-political. Democrats and Republicans are being screwed, both of them, on this, by both Democrats and Republicans, right? But we got to remember that these people are going to keep getting away with what they're doing unless we come together and fix it, and say enough is enough, and start paying attention to the people who we're electing, start paying attention to who's funding them and supporting them. Start cleaning this stuff up, because it's a huge, huge problem. And people have made too many huge sacrifices to not take this serious. Hey folks, how y'all doing?
Good, how about yourself?
Too bad, who? But yeah, people make these sacrifices, and then we got people like Pirro and Carter and those people who wear their little flag pins, say how they support the troops, and then turn around and do the crap that they did to me. It's just astounding. And if they do that to me, they'll do it to you, they'll do it to Trump, they'll do it to anybody. So we need to make sure that we get some answers. That's for damn sure.
we definitely need to stand together as Americans. As the steel tank behind us right here, behind Pat, was built with American steel and American ingenuity. It's a little resemblance, and Pat, even though it's not the day for the ones that have returned, appreciate your service for our country. And it's kind of interesting because you look at this piece of machinery behind us and you wonder the stories that could be told on this.
Tom Cable.
It's kind of amazing,
cable.
really.
Water can. Yeah. Miss Brenda.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, guys.
Well, I'm going to do a little segment tonight, Jay, online when I get back to the office. Appreciate you running me out here.
Definitely.
And because it was raining and I didn't want to get the gear wet if we couldn't get a little window, but you get these little windows like we have right now that they're nice.
I enjoy spending time with a true patriot, so
Cool.
it's my pleasure.
Likewise. Pleasure is mine, Jay. This is cool, though. George did some really good stuff yesterday out at the Florida National Cemetery. They brought, I guess, like 100 flags out there and laid them at the soldiers' graves. They had a bunch of bikers out there for it. I wish I could have been there, but like I said, I did that thing for Pete Santilli. I'm looking forward to a lot of events like that with George and the rest of the people. I'm going to be heading up to fabrication's going to be done here in the next probably 10-12 days, and I'll be heading up hopefully or even sooner, and I'll be heading up to DC, meet with some people up there, and let's see if you know, between interviews like with Pete Santilli, if his followers start asking these people questions, and if I start knocking on a few doors up in DC, and I get a few other people that are going to be helping me out with that, but I don't want to, you know, have any spoilers there. And we'll get a few other people that are actually coming out and documenting what I'm doing. It's not just going to be me alone walking in there, although I wasn't alone walking in there in January or in December. I had a lot of people helping me out to get there. But still, it's nice walking through these doors, and I think it has a little more influence on these people walking through these doors when it's not just me, right? So we will be coming up there very shortly. It is it's an election year. It's 2020, and we got a pandemic. So, you know, all bets are off as to what's going on with stuff right now. So, at any rate, thanks again, Jay. That Steadicam worked out pretty good. I'm gonna be
Even my shaky hands, it might turn out okay.
Yeah. It's good. I got some interesting things lined up. We're gonna document it and hopefully be able to break out from beyond that that firewall that the mainstream media has set up with their for-profit relationships between the military-industrial complex and politicians, and we're gonna break through that, doing exactly what we're doing right now. So thank you very much. We're gonna take our country back, Hua. We're gonna make America great again. So thank you very much. God bless.
That was good, Pat.